everyone. My name is Marina and I'm the International Speakers and Partners Manager of TerraCrypto, the industry mining forum in the CIS. And today we are talking to Mathieu, who is the CEO of Summit Mining. Hi Mathieu!
Hi Marina, thanks for inviting me for this interview.
You're always welcome. And how are you? How is the weather like today in Paris?
It's amazing, yes. So today I'm in Paris, which is very good because usually I'm not there. I'm just like visiting my family, but I'm here as well for a big conference that I'm having next week. I'm going to be a speaker about trading and mining, so it's going to be very interesting. And the weather is great. We are not locked down any longer, so everything is perfect. So we are ready for the next step, the new move now.
Great. So firstly, can you please tell us a few words about Summit Mining?
Yeah, so Summit Mining, it's an investment company. It's an investment company for individuals and companies who want to invest in cryptocurrencies. And the way to invest is by doing mining. So what we are doing is that we are purchasing mining machines once per month, only once per month. Like that, we have large amounts of money and we can get better prices. And these machines, they are installed and they are shared with every single investor. So it's not just you having 1 or 2 or 5 machines, but you have a little bit of all the machines that we have. Like that, when one machine breaks, it's not just you who supports the risk. Like when one machine breaks, all the other machines that are running are still running for you because you own a little part of all the machines. And that's what we are doing. And now we have about 200 clients, a little bit more than 200 clients, mostly from Europe, like 90%, and 10% from other places in the world. So that's what we are doing now.
Thank you for the introduction. And my first question is how to continue making money on mining, given the fact that it had become more difficult?
Yes, it's a very good question. So the first thing to know is that, well, it's an electricity war. Like basically, if you have expensive electricity, you're not going to be able to be profitable. And that's the problem that we have in Europe. In Europe, electricity is very high, the price. It's like 15, 16, 17, 18, or even more cents, 18 cents, euro cents per kilowatt, which is impossible to mine. You can't make money with this amount. And that's why we have some machines in Russia and in China because the electricity is much cheaper. We are about 6 cents, and 6 cents we are profitable. So that's the very first thing that you need to look at. Another way to be profitable and to earn with mining is to buy bulk orders. Basically, you buy a lot of machines, because if you buy only one machine, of course you cannot renegotiate the price. But if you buy 100 machines or 1,000 machines, depending on the price, then you can get a discount. And this discount, of course, it will allow you to buy more machines. And if you have more machines, of course, you will be more profitable. But obviously, if the price drops of the cryptocurrency, you won't be profitable in any case, unless you have absolutely free electricity or like 1 or 2 cents electricity. But for most of the people, of course, we don't have access. We don't have access to such cheap electricity.
Thank you very much for your opinion. And as we know, you have a lot of investors in Europe. Is it true?
Well, we have a bit more than 200 now.
Please tell us, how do they feel about mining and what is important to them and what do they pay attention to?
So for them, mining is something very interesting, but very complicated. So they know it's profitable, they know they can make money, but they are not too sure how to do it. But most of them, they know that in Europe, it's not profitable to do some mining. So the problem they have is that some of them, they want to do mining, they are interested in Bitcoin, they are interested in blockchain, they're interested in mining, but what can they do? Now, with the customers, the clients that we have, they also want some education. So it's not just, okay, I give you some money, invest, and don't talk to me, just send me the money. There was little proportion of people like that. People, they want to learn things. They just don't invest blindly. They want to invest and be part of a community. So if they have questions, they want to be able to get someone who answer questions, and someone they can trust, not just post on Facebook some question, oh, what is the best crypto to buy? Or what should I do with this or that? So because when you say such a question online, then you have like millions of answers from people who know absolutely nothing about cryptocurrencies. So they want a good educational content, which is also something very important. So in our case, so I'm the CEO of the company, and I've been trading for 16 years. So only 3 in Bitcoins, but the past 13 years before, it was in stocks and in Forex, and I was a trader for a bank. So I have this knowledge about trading. And that's also something which is about trust. But what is it exactly? The trust is the possibility to interact with some key people in a company, and people who have some good background and who are efficient in what they are doing. Because there's lots of companies that are started with people with amazing backgrounds, really, really good backgrounds, but not so much in trading, or not so much into logistic, or not so much into this. And when you want to send money in a company, it's difficult. It's difficult because of the trust. You don't know who are those guys, are they legitimate or not. And also about trust, maybe something we can say is about the company itself. So we have decided to pay taxes in Europe, which means that we have a company based in Europe, which is something very important. And we are based in Ireland, which is the country where I'm living and where I was working as a trader. Being in Ireland is a stable economy. And it's something very important as well. And it's again about the trust, because there are lots of companies that are based, for example, in Estonia. And I'm not saying that Estonia is a bad country. I'm not saying that at all. It's actually an amazing country. But recently we just saw that they were laundering billions and billions and billions of dollars. I think just remember it was $223 billion that they were laundering. So they canceled 500 licenses in Estonia. So if you're a crypto company and you are based in Estonia, now it looks bizarre. It looks weird. It looks like not so sure. But Estonia is in Europe, so it's all these things that make people invest or not invest and decide. And of course, well, the last thing, it's obvious, it's the profit, because you can have an amazing education, amazing community, and people trust you so much. If your service is not profitable, then no one is going to invest. Or you can lie and do whatever, but then not really good with the trust approach. And one day, of course, like people figure out that you are lying, and that's the end for you, jail and everything. So that's how people are behaving in Europe. They want all these things.
Speaking about the community, how many people are there now?
So many. We're actually 300. So we have 200 200 people that are clients, and 100 people that are not clients. And so we were in Telegram, and now we are moving to Discord, because in Discord we can organize things much better. For example, we've put some photos, and new people come in, they can see a channel with just photos of what we are doing. There's the photos with different things, the photos of the machines. And if you are just in Telegram, Telegram, we call it like a snack chat. Snack because you eat and it's gone. So if you are not following in real time Telegram, you connect, you see that there's 10,000 messages, and you're okay, I missed the whole thing. With Discord, you can organize by channels. So we have private channels just for our members, and every week on Wednesday evening, we are making live videos, and during those videos, we are telling exactly what's happening in the company. So we place an order, we do this, we had a problem with those machines. So basically, recently we were explaining, okay, we bought some Z15 machines from Bitmain, and you had this event with Bitmain, like the fight with the two co-founders. And we decided to cancel the order because we don't know what's going to happen. And instead of just waiting and hoping everything will be fine, we decided to cancel the order, get the money back, and buy something else. And that's what we tell our clients every week during private live sessions. And if they have any question, they can ask us as well, whatever, during the call or before, if they can't attend the thing with the replay on internet. They can ask everything they want, basically. They can ask everything they want. It can be as simple as which wallet should I use? Should I use this or that? Or you see, it's everything. And that's what people want. They want a kind of service where you have everything. They have a question, they come, they ask. If I don't have the answer, or I'm not here, I'm not available, or whatever. It's a community, so other people would have the answers. And that's what is important, because I don't know everything, and each of us, well, we can figure out different things. So that's the very good thing. So that's the power of this community as well.
You're doing a really great thing. Let me ask you another question. Now there is a huge competition in the mining market among pools, farms, and other players. So, what kind of service, in your opinion, will survive and stay in the market?
For sure, the mining farms, because if you don't have any mining farms, well, basically you can't do any mining, because the electricity will be too high. It's not just in the country, because if you have one machine, okay, you can be profitable at home if in your country electricity is cheap. But if you have 10, 20, 100, 1,000 machines, well, you need a place, and this place is called a mining farm. So if you have mining farm existing, it means that they are extremely profitable, and that's actually the case, because they buy some electricity or produce electricity quite cheap and sell to you with a margin, and they don't take much risk, because price of Bitcoin goes up, doesn't move, goes down, whatever happens, they make some money. The risk with these businesses is that if the price is too low and too many people are not profitable, people are going to unplug or remove the machines from the farm. And well, that's all. Then the farm has to sell this electricity that they buy or produce, and they would lose some money if there's nobody to buy it. So there's some risk anyway, but you must have those mining farms. That's clear. That's clear. You also have the sellers, equipment sellers. That's something that you cannot remove, and that's one of the most profitable businesses in the market. And you need this kind of people. You need this kind of people, and it's something quite profitable, because it's a margin as well. So whatever the price of Bitcoin is doing, you make some money, and that's well, it's just regular commerce or trading. Like you buy something at that price, you sell it at a higher price, and you make a small margin. So that's something that it's one of the most profitable businesses in the mining industry. That's what I think.
Okay, thank you. And the other thing that I want to know is, did you have any incidents on any of your farms? And if yes, please tell us and share your experience.
Yes, we had many problems actually, and that's the thing. You need to keep going on. You keep moving, because problems you will have all the time. Yes, in China, most of the time in China, the problems we have is about electricity cuts. So the whole farm goes off because there's some problem. It was raining too much. It was snowing too much. There's not enough electricity. So it's quite difficult sometimes. So we work with different farms like to reduce this problem. Also, at the very beginning, when I was mining, before having the company, I was just mining on my own in China, and I was working with this American guy who was like a supplier between the and myself. So I was buying machines and selling them to me. And we were placing those machines in a mining farm, paying the farm and everything. And one day the guy just disappeared. So that was a wow. I made some quite good money, so I was able like to bounce again and like to move on and to something else, but it was quite difficult. What else we had? We decided to place an order with two different companies.
Yeah, okay.
There were two Russian companies operating in China, because we have good relationship with Russian, and we trust in them, and in the end, well, they just run away. And last year again, one more problem. It was we bought quite a lot of machines with a company in Russia, and the same, the guy just disappeared with the money. But I was in Russia this time. So yes, quite difficult. It is a difficult business. This is a difficult business because there's no regulation, and it's hard to know who you can trust, who you cannot trust. So again, I think the key word in all this discussion is about trust. It's trust in people you can work with.
So, I suppose it's the last question. Now there is a struggle in the equipment market. What did your customers started to prefer?
The thing with our customer and with our own service is that we take all the decision. So it's not you coming to me and say, "Oh, Matt, I would like to buy some Bitcoin machines like this and like that, this power, and to place them in this country." We decide what the customer is going to buy. We decide where we're going to place them, and we decide absolutely everything. So like that's why also you can start mining with us, and you don't need to know much about it. And what I was also saying is that because we get commissions on what the client is mining, then we try to take the best decisions because we try to maximize what the client is making, obviously. So doing that, we actually prevent them from buying some high price equipment. And that's what the customers want. They want to know that they are making a good deal because there are some machines that are extremely expensive and they are mining a lot. But there are some companies selling very high price machines. They were selling that just before the halving, Bitcoin halving. And when you check the profitability of the machine, you are, wow, amazing. It's making like 6 or 7% per month. It's really fantastic. And then you buy the machine, you don't know about the halving, or you just think halving is just going to cut into the profit, which is not the case. So if the profit is, for example, 10% per month, it's not 5% after halving. It's not working like that at all. But some people, they don't know much about halving and stuff. They were buying some machines thinking, oh, this machine is very profitable. And just after the halving, from 10%, they're actually making 2%. And when you make 2%, the only way like to really get your money back is to hope that the Bitcoin price will go up. We also have some customers, they are not too sure about mining and stuff, or they just invested a small amount of money and they invest in master nodes. It's not something that we do. So some other companies are doing that. So we actually recommend them some other companies. It's not just that we want to take as much money as we can from the customers. So we check together what they want to do, what they expect from us and from the crypto market and everything. And sometimes we tell some clients, okay, this service that we are doing is not for you. You would rather go to maybe a competitor who is doing this like that and nanani, which is maybe more in line with what you actually want to do. The same with investing some money. Some customers, they have quite a lot of money and we are not taking this money. We say, okay, look, from a risk perspective, you should not invest more than this amount. You can if you want, it's your decision in the end, but that's not what we recommend you. And the customers, they also like that because they see that we are not there just to take their money. So there's the mining, which is an industry. And there's all the thing that goes around the mining, which is a customer management. And most of the time in companies, customers, they are just left behind because they are not the priority. But the customer should always be the priority. And that's Jeff Bezos from Amazon. That's what he keeps saying all the time. The priority is the customer, even if the margins of the company are much lower. And that's actually what we do. And overall, many companies are doing the exact opposite. They want to take as much money as they can right now. So it's a different approach. I prefer to create long-term relationships with my clients like that, even if we take much less money. But at least that's what the client wants. So they invest a bit in masternodes. They invest a bit as well in cryptocurrencies just to limit the risk. And they invest as well a little bit in mining.
So I suppose we are going to finish now. And thank you very much for your time and for all the answers. And I really wish you good luck on your speech on the next week in Paris.
So thank you, Marina. Thank you very much for the interview. I hope I don't speak too much.
No, it was great. Actually, it was quite interesting listening to you. So, in my opinion, it's really useful information not only for me but for people who wants to work in this industry or who has already been working in it. So, thank you again, and it was really nice to see you.
Yes, it was very nice to see you, but I see you again in Moscow or somewhere.
Bye.